My name is Matt Smith. I work for Sandvik Manufacturing Solutions. I'm a product specialist on the Lighthouse and project management team. In an inherently structured and process-oriented industry like manufacturing, introducing new products can increase disruptions and make people nervous a lot of times. Making sure that we handle change management in an effective way is a good way to ensure that when we do implement these new things, we get the results we expect, we mitigate the risks, and ultimately we get the results that we intend with these solutions. As we get more digitalized in the manufacturing industry and work on implementing a lot of digital solutions, it's easy to forget that the human factor can still play a big part in that. Humans can make or break the implementation of a new solution. Humans tend to be pretty resistant to change, especially when they don't understand it and they've been doing the same thing for such a long time. They can be emotional, it might be a concern about job security, they might be worried that they have to learn something new, and these are all concerns that come into play. The employees might also have a hard time understanding how this new change is going to help them in their daily life. If we can help the users understand how a new implementation is going to help them and make their job easier, then they are much more likely to help that solution succeed. If it's a top-down driven approach where employees aren't involved in the process, they're much less likely to be willing to help that solution succeed and find a way to make it work. Instead, they may even find a way to make it not work. Change management might not look the same in every single shop we go to, but here are 6 steps to help get started. Step 1 would be understand the existing process. Before introducing anything new, we really need to know what's going on today. If we don't understand what's going on today, we're going to have a very hard time knowing if we actually addressed the problems. Step 2 is we really need to identify the need for change. Clearly outline the reasons before the change and the benefits that it will bring. And again, that is the benefits at all levels, from the employees on the shop floor to the management. We all need to understand how these changes are going to either help or affect our daily lives. Step 3 is all about communication. We need to communicate with all the stakeholders. And again, that does not just mean at the top, that means everybody that will be affected by this change. They need to understand why it's happening and how it will impact them. Step 4 is to provide training. Offer workshops, hands-on training, simulations, help new employees understand the process, and take feedback from those employees. Step 5 would be to implement in phases. It's easy to get caught up in the grand goal of what we want to do with the change, but small victories are better than going for the whole victory at once and really not accomplishing your goal. If we can start small, implement in phases, it'll be easier on the people and you'll probably build confidence along the way. Step 6 is to monitor and adjust. No plan is perfect, and sometimes we're going to have to deviate from that plan. Again, take feedback from everybody that's involved, tweak as necessary, and move along as you need to. Employee training is critical to change management. As we've talked about a bit, they need to understand the reason for this change. Employee training should be holistic. We don't just want to tell them why it's going to work. We need to really help them explain why it's going to work. A good way to track how your change management went is a post-implementation review. After we implement a new product, we obviously want to check and see if we have reached the desired results from implementing that product. After implementation, we want to conduct a thorough review. This can consist of gathering data. We want to have benchmarked beforehand and compare against those benchmarks to, again, see if we hit those goals. We also want to conduct surveys with everyone that was involved. Again, this is the employees that are affected on the lowest level all the way up to management. What went well, what didn't go well, and how do they feel their lives have changed either for the better or for the worse after the implementation was complete. Identifying areas where the implementation did not go as expected can be just as important and beneficial as the areas where it was successful. We want to take those challenges and learn from them. While we can learn a lot from failures, don't forget to celebrate the small victories. Small victories make a bigger difference than we can imagine. There are a few big areas that might affect change management going forward in the manufacturing industry. Some of these would be technological advancements, As we implement more digital solutions where this change management is going to be very important because we're changing the way a lot of people have done things for a long time, it's only going to get more and more important to involve everybody in that process. As sustainability and ethics become a bigger deal in manufacturing, manufacturers will need to adapt to become more ethically conscious and sustainable. With a new workforce generation coming into play and a lot of the older people retiring now, we will also have to consider that. Different generations respond to change differently. There's a lot of amazing new technologies in the manufacturing industry, and we're excited to implement them with customers. As long as we remember to involve everybody in the process in a meaningful way, we can ensure that we reach the expected benefits with these new exciting solutions in manufacturing.